Warning: some of these videos are quite graphic and may not be suitable for all viewers. Hey, it's time to fight. I'm going to show you some of the craziest celebrity fistfights that have actually happened, no kidding. These guys just don't seem to know when to keep their gloves on. You might be surprised to see some of your favorite celebrities on this list. So if you're looking for a good laugh or just want to see some stars go at it, then stick around because this is one video you won't want to miss. Number 10. Chris Brown vs. Rihanna. This one is pretty intense. It's hard to watch, but you can definitely see the anger in both of their eyes. The whole thing started over a text message that Chris Brown had sent to another girl. Rihanna found out and got really mad, so she confronted him about it. Things quickly escalated, and they ended up getting into a nasty fistfight. Rihanna even threw a lamp at Chris at one point. This was a domestic abuse case, and Chris ended up getting arrested. If you saw the pictures of Rihanna after, it was pretty clear that she had been beaten up pretty badly. Fans of hers were outraged, and the two celebrities have not been seen together since. Although this fight was pretty shocking, it brought more awareness to the issue of domestic violence. Number 9. Shia LaBeouf and Tom Hardy. This one is definitely one of the most bizarre fights on our list. Shia LaBeouf and Tom Hardy were both filming a movie called Lawless when they got into an argument. Shia was reportedly trying to act tough and Tom didn't like it, so he started to get really mad. The two of them ended up getting into a fistfight and they had to be pulled apart by the other actors on set. Fans might think this was all a publicity stunt. After all, they are both professional actors. However, insiders from the set say that it was quite real. Number 8. 50 Cent vs. Ja Rule. 50 Cent and Ja Rule have been beefing for years. At the time, these two rappers were among the most popular in the world, and their feud was well known. It all started because 50 Cent dissed Ja Rule on a song, and Ja Rule didn't like it. The two of them have been taking shots at each other ever since. Both of them began making diss tracks with each other, and then eventually, the feud came to a head. Things came to a head when 50 Cent led a bunch of his friends in an attack on Ja Rule's entourage at the VMAs. The two of them ended up getting into a fistfight, and Ja Rule was left with a bloody lip. Number 7. Ronda Rousey vs. Bethe Correia. Ronda Rousey is one of the biggest UFC fighters right now, and she's known for her quick fists. But her fight against Bethe Correia was more than just a quick fight. The two of them went at it for a full 3 rounds before Ronda finally put Bethe to sleep. But it was the way that Ronda won that made this fight so memorable, as she threw a series of brutal punches to Bethe's head after the fight was over. This one definitely deserves a spot on our list of crazy celebrity fistfights. Number 6. Jorge Masvidal vs. Colby Covington. These two UFC fighters definitely don't like each other. Jorge Masvidal has been beefing with Colby Covington for years, and things came to a head when they had a backstage altercation at UFC 245. They were former teammates and best friends, now they are rivals. They were expected to settle it in the cage, but after Jorge lost, things were still heated. Jorge Masvidal attacked Colby Covington outside of the cage, and they had to be pulled apart by security. It was a wild scene and definitely one of the craziest celebrity fistfights we've ever seen. It was caught on film, and Jorge Masvidal was eventually arrested for the incident. Number 5. Floyd Mayweather Jr. vs. Manny Pacquiao. In 2015, these two boxing legends finally faced each other in the ring. The fight was hyped up for years, and most people thought it would be a great fight. They respected each other, but the fight was still very heated. But when they got in the ring, both of them seemed to be holding back, and there was very little action from either fighter. It was a close fight, but Floyd Mayweather Jr. eventually won by unanimous decision. Number 4. Chuck Liddell vs. Tito Ortiz. These former training partners were supposed to face each other in the cage for years. When they finally got their chance, it ended up being one of the craziest fights in UFC history. They wasted no time getting into it, and they ended up trading some of the most vicious punches we've ever seen. Chuck Liddell eventually knocked out Tito Ortiz in the second round, and it was one of the most brutal knockout losses we've ever seen. Number 3. Khabib Nurmagomedov vs. Conor McGregor. After Conor's teammate called Khabib a rude name, he confronted him about it in person. Conor didn't like that, and he attacked Khabib by throwing a trolley in the bus that he was in during a UFC event. They were later scheduled to dispute their beef in the octagon with one of the most anticipated matches in UFC history. The match turned out to be a one-sided affair as Khabib quickly took down Conor and submitted him in the 4th round. But after the fight was over, Khabib jumped out of the cage and attacked Conor's teammates, which led to a huge brawl. It was definitely one of the craziest things we've ever seen in the UFC. Number 2. Kid Rock vs. Tommy Lee. The two celebrities have been beefing for years, and they finally got into a full-blown fistfight in 2007. It was right after the MTV Video Music Awards, and they were both drunk at the time. Kid Rock punched Tommy Lee in the face and told him to shut the F up. These musicians have been known to not get along, but nobody expected them to ever physically fight. Number 1. Prince vs. Sinead O'Connor. Sinead O'Connor performed a cover of Prince's "Nothing Compared to You" without his permission. This sparked a public feud between the two celebrities. Things got even worse when Prince started judging her for swearing in interviews. This led to a series of insults back and forth between the two stars. It finally culminated in a public fistfight at the 1994 MTV Music Awards. They both started throwing punches and got pulled apart by security. It was one of the most ridiculous fights we've ever seen. When it comes to copyrights, Prince did not take kindly to anyone messing with his stuff. Bonus fight: Will Smith vs. Chris Rock. On this channel, you will find many surprises. Make sure to always stick to the end of special features like this one. When Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the 2022 Grammys, it was a huge shock to everyone in attendance. Will Smith was known as one of the nicest guys in Hollywood, but he apparently had enough of Chris Rock's jokes. Chris was making fun of Will's wife, and Will laid him out without any hesitation. The slap echoed through the award hall, and everyone was shocked by what they had just seen. It was definitely one of the craziest fights we've ever witnessed, and it left many people wondering if it was right of Will Smith to defend his wife in this way. Whatever your opinion on the fight, you have to admit that it was pretty shocking to see Will Smith hit Chris Rock like that. Chris Rock surprisingly took it very well and laughed it off. Will Smith later apologized for his actions. Luckily, Chris Rock did not fight back, as it would have led to an even bigger mess. Celebrity fights are always entertaining, but these 10 are definitely some of the craziest fights we've ever seen. From music legends to MMA stars, there's never a dull moment when fists start flying. If this is what keeps you excited, then be sure to tune in to every celebrity moment so you don't miss out on the next big fight. Thanks for watching! We can't wait to see what's next for these celebrity rivals. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Did we miss some of your favorite celebrity fistfights? Let us know in the comments below.